What is this? What is this? Only for entertainment. Okay. If you watch one video today, this should be it. In 160 seconds, you will decide how this story ends. You will decide! Immediately off the bat, they couldn't wait. The androgynous looking child with the V. Wow, who knew? And wearing purple. Couldn't wait. Some faded out purple and brown smashed. What is going on? What is going on? Of course, stacks of books because this kid is so knowledgeable. All this kid does is read relentlessly. Whoa. Worship him. Oh. Smashed.
In 160 seconds, you will decide how this story ends.
Of course, some lighthouse. Wow, and then relentless quickly cutters of little teeny tiny things man makes. Wow, smashed.
This is the story of
Oh, they couldn't wait. So the slugs, half bash, quarter ape, mouse, and then whatever bash this is, and oh, there it is, just leaping. They might as well have a frog here, because that's how big of a leap is from each thing to the next. Wow, not even the same, just look the same in what some house structure. Fools. And the indoor generation. This is a story about us. Thank you.
us, the indoor generation. A generation that spends
No,
90%.
that should be the one that worships the light fully. Look, they're in, they're they're under the spotlight. Who knew exactly? Smashed.
Us, the indoor generation. A generation that spends 90% of its life indoors.
Right, smashed.
It all started the day we
Watching
left
smash.
nature behind.
Oh, it all started the day we left nature behind. Shouldn't it be the day you gave or you the day you doubted what you saw? Okay? Meaning, look at this. What is this?
Doors. It all started
That.
the day we left nature
That.
behind.
Exactly. When that took over your bash. Before it was books. But still, I mean, if books or what? There's only one book. And so what is going on? Just relentless books everywhere, all interpretations of the image of what? Of that individual and their blasting blasts of blasts. And then calling it nature. The philosophy of nature. Oh, because you have to think it and therefore it is so smashed. You are, therefore I am smashed. The bashes things that people have come up with, the spells that people have come up with to just enchant you into wordsmithing you into some total bent backwards, just getting rotted, salamied, salamied just relentlessly, all because it's for you, it's for your pleasure and for your determination, your hard work. Yes, yes, I reward you with a pound of flesh. Smashed. Oh, it's some coin. Ultimate coin. Yes, it's called Supreme coin. Oh, must have it. It's how much you're worth. Didn't you know? Smashed.
We filled our homes with lovely things and all the stuff we wanted.
Oh, we fill our homes with lovely things and all the stuff we wanted. Right. This kid is gonna say some bash thing about what about the children at the end. I bet I have. Okay, he has to, or whatever it has to, because at this point, automaton is bringing you this message. And look at all the, of course, you say, with all the lovely things and all the stuff we wanted. Right. Who knew that you scoff at this? Because you think yourself filled with your self relentless love. Because, oh, I am love and light. Smashed. Smashed!
Our homes became places you would never want to leave.
Right. Just relentless images on the wall that you can just escape in, but then make it fulfillment somehow. It's the programming. You put this picture up, one day I'm going to go travel, and then, who knew? One day you will. And then you say, see, it worked. Smashed. I had a dream. Smashed. And all this stuff. It's just...
Artificial light replaced daylight. And we built our houses so that nothing could escape.
Oh. What is he saying? And we built our houses so nothing could escape. Why would it escape if it's your home, fool? Oh, you mean just like you did, the rebellious one, that is relentlessly abusing and leaving it the life, all in efforts, false, futile efforts to create a life for himself, him or herself, whatever bash you prefer. But at the same time, you are bashed. You are preferring some preference that you think it a choice when, wow, do you see? What do you see? Exactly. You see your bashed relative truth and accept and tolerate some bashed notion of relative truth of others that you think, oh, it's just, it exists. Therefore, I must conform to it. And you don't always get what you want. Exactly. Programmed into bashhood to just take some comfort in what you can get. No, there's nothing to get here in this bashhood. Nothing. Only false promise and letdowns and quote unquote heartache and this and this. And also, you guessed it, rewarded and boasting and thrills and excitement and lust and desire. It is a theme park, but here's the thing, all driven by emotion. Emotion, the vessel of the aberration that has been turned. It's the aberration that has turned you. It convinced you. Void of the love of the Father, void of the truth, and void of life everlasting. Yet the love of the Father is relentless. It brings life forth day in, day out. Who knew? But oh no, it's the forces at play that somehow bashed through the light and just bashed me into hamburger meat, and it's just amazing because now I can just pump all these chemicals and this and that and just smash and dash and yay for me, smashed. All because you believe some linear bash, evolution. Wow, evolution of mouse to you. What a bashhood. And you pay money to get bashhoods of this and bashhoods of that, and with a bashhood of bashhoods and bishes is that, and this is and nothing. Yes. And exactly, just relentlessly staring into some plastic bag that you just put out and just smothered yourself in.
We cooked and showered.
But it's ultimately, we cooked and showered. You mean you cooked in showered. You cooked yourself in. You cooked all while thinking you were pastrying yourself. And using alchemy to transform yourself into the phoenix that riseth from the ashes. No. What a shame. What a shame. And you'll say, oh, there's people that actually do all this stuff. Yeah, it's called magic, sorcery. Who knew? All based on the worship of the light. Who knew? Who knew? This guy knew. That's why he's in the tub. What's he doing?
Breathed and played, slept and sweated.
He forgot blood, sweat, and tears. Come on, buddy. Pick it up. That's why this person is going, yeah, I gotta pick it up. I gotta lose all these pounds in the darkness. But the one window showeth the way, so I go and I pedal, 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 pedal. Nowhere. All just so I can burn and huff and puff. Consumption. Consuming yourself in the flesh relentlessly, abusing the life everlasting so that you could get your fill and call it a day. Check things off some bash list and just say, wow, I accomplished so much. No, you abuse yourself even more. Believing that to be life. Wow. Smashed.
It's like we had closed ourselves in.
Yeah, suffocated. Some duck just getting murdered. Alka-Seltzer. To a point where nothing could get out. Why you keep saying get out, get out, get out? Are you exact oppression? Are you gonna say oppression? Oh, you can't get out. You can't get out. But we're gonna blast into the abyss and through the sun to our galactic family. Smashed. Are you saying we can't get out? We can't wait to get out? Smashed. That we should just break the barriers. No barrier. Bear back everything. No barrier. There is no barrier. Where do you end and I begin? Where is... It's just 50 shades of bash. Exactly. It's all massaging you and from all fronts. But sex is the main front by which it's just smashing you. Totally have, defiled the image of what that is. Sex. Six. Wow, who knew that is sex? Sex is six in Latin. Who knew? Wow, amazing. So what's going on? Exactly, manipulation. Wow.
Point where nothing
Spells.
could get out.
Oh, so you're locked in and defiled?
So when the air turned bad inside,
Oh, so now you're the bubble boy. Ha, smashed. So when the air turned bad inside. Turned. Yeah, the air just turned bad. It just turned bad, but no, he's going to say climate change. And smash it for the children. Yes. We tried fixing it with chemicals. We tried fixing it with chemicals. Is he talking about chemtrails? Yes, he is. But no, you're going to say, through spraying and this and that and this in the fields. No. You're smashed.
we tried fixing it with chemicals.
Oh. So it's just some bash old man just spraying Febreze around. No, he's not talking about that. He said but air turned bad inside, we use chemicals. Wow. This is micromanagement, okay? We're talking large scale countries, municipalities, this areas, provinces, blah blah blah, states. They're all using the air to be the medium by which to diffuse chemicals to the atmosphere. Who knew? Smashed.
And we put in little artificial suns everywhere to make the darkness.
Oh, and we put little artificial suns. No. This is not an artificial sun. What you call UVs and this and that and this and this. Wow, smashed. Just light. Worshipper, mimicker of the light. This is it. Okay? Mimicker of light. Not the sun. Not little tiny suns. This is wordsmithing at its best. Okay? Because you're saying, well, it's the same wavelength, so therefore, it's the sun. No, smashed. The sun ruleth over the day, the moon over the night. Wow. The sun is something you do not understand just because you see an image of it and say, well, we know the gases in it. And this. No, what? It says who and where. Smashed. Just smashed. Smashed relentless times to just be compressed into submission like this person is and loving it on her phone just while getting smashed.
Unbearable. That's when things started to happen.
Okay, androgynous little one, tell us what next. What is next? What is next? What is next?
Hard to notice in the beginning.
Allergies. The poison came in, blah blah blah. The mutagens, we started mutating, but then we evolved. Okay, so just relentless tiredness, allergy, just itching, it's just defiled sick. Who knew that a behavior outside of the way of the Father would be sick, just defilement? You know, you get just everything smashed. Who knew? It's Legion.
Some needed help to sleep, to breathe, to
Of
not
course.
itch.
They just became little lab rats. They just became little lab rats. Oh, and we do relentless little tests on them to make them better. Aw. They're so humane. Aw. Just because they care so much. Oh, yes. Smashed.
Many of us even started to feel sad.
Right, just tortured. Just, wow. What is just creepiness? Of course, some of us started to feel sad. And yes, the shape shifting light, who knew? The apparitions. Is this a clown too? Look, it's it! Cometh to defile you with giant elf ears. Creep. So we turned on happy lamps to make this sadness go away. So we just worship the light even more. Yay! Smashed.
We turned on happy lamps to make the sadness go away.
Exactly. He said happy lamps. Who knew there's therapies that make you just relentlessly stare into light to influence your, circadian cycle and just to mess with you, your times and this and your emotions and who knew? Who knew? But no, it's not real. It's not possible. Smashed. Ghost.
Then, scientists discovered that the air inside our homes
Was that Eminem inside there? I'm pretty sure that was Eminem. Look. And look at these tiny houses. Oh, so beautiful.
Homes is up to 5 times more polluted than scientists discovered.
Oh, it was. It couldn't wait. Eminem.
Then,
that is Eminem. Who knew? They're saying Eminem's in a box. He's some clone of some bash. It's himself reamped. Juiced up. Nanotechnology or some bash. No. Just pumping you with some blood, some virus, and letting that take effect. Consume you.
Scientists discovered that the air inside our homes is up to 5 times more polluted than the air.
Oh, who knew? It's 5 times more polluted than the air outside. Oh, so what we thought was one thing, it turned out to be another. Smashed. Just the relentless inverse smashing you. The relentless inverse smashing you, and you're saying, "Whoa, yeah, but this is what life is." So you just do your best. Oh, how sad. That is the true sadness. Not this sad ass video. No, not this.
Air outside. And that the lack of daylight can affect children's learning and increase blood pressure.
Oh, now Eminem got older and wow, he's maturing. He's evolving. No. So, wow, all this pollution affects your learning and this and this and this and this. Blood pressure.
It turns out that kids' rooms.
Oh, they couldn't wait. The moving bear, the big bear that moveth, the toys. This is all just telling you what you worship. Not about pollution or this. Toxicants, a kid's rooms. Toxicants and kids' rooms. What is this, Bosh? It turns out that the kids' rooms often have the highest concentration. Who knew? It's because of all the toys.
Often have the highest concentration of toxicants in the house. In fact, millions of homes.
In fact, this child is just some Bosh. What are they saying? Nothing. Millions of homes are unhealthy to live in. Wow, thank you. I already need some Bosh androgynous Bosh to tell me that. But a lot of people might think, oh, Every home is so clean. And everyone's just perfect little parents. No, they're doing quote unquote their best, which means nothing because it's relative best because who knows? And it's just relentlessly defiling you. Who knew?
Homes are unhealthy to live in. They discovered that living in damp and moldy homes increases the
Right, just guys, because it's only mold and all these little tiny teeny things you cannot see. Because the things that you can see, that isn't a problem of healthy or unhealthy, or this or that or that. No, you are amazing and you can transform to whatever you want. Smashed. Again, just wordsmithing you, just defiling you, just saying, oh, the molds and this and that. Wow, smashed. What do you see? Do you know what you're living? What are you smoking? He's smoking all the insecticides. The insecticides he loves to just inhale inside this tiny little thing. He's making some cloud of smoke in there that he's just gonna relentlessly smothering into just disappear. And he won't see anything in front of him, so he'll be like, I disappeared. Oh, I disappeared. Smashed. But oh, it's magic. And this, what is this? This knows. And it says, what am I doing?
risk of asthma by 40%. And I learned that millions of people like me suffer from asthma and allergies caused by a bad indoor environment.
Oh, caused by bad indoor environment. Why don't they say bad indoor air quality? No, because they have to say environment. Because who knew that relentless trauma and exposure to uh pollutants also in the air, but it's all bringing you forth. What's bringing you forth? Life. And what's disabling you? The environment. The environment. And you could say, oh, I was born with a bum heart, or a bum this, or a bum this, or a bum that. Wow. What does that even mean? What was the actual apparatus by which you were conceived? What was happening in that bash mind of the mother and the father at that time? What was their influence? What were you born into, through? What was the term of pregnancy like? What was it doing? Wow, who knew that just looking into a mirror means nothing? But oh, it's so powerful because what you're actually living is what actually determines the formation of what comes forth in manifestation. And this person's just like, no, the mirrors do. Mirrors bring forth. Smashed. It's because you worship the inverse and delight and all things that just deceive. Bash. And because you like to hide in plain sight. That's why. Because you worship that, the shape shifting aspect of just manipulation. Blasting without even having to be seen. All in your grandeur efforts to transform, always get better, always be more grateful for the past I have. Smashed. You have nothing. A life everlasting, the true promise. So what do you see? Exactly. This person sees herself relentlessly.
Environment.
Oh, the environment gave her asthma. No, it wasn't the parents that didn't love you and showed you false love and all the trauma that causes. Again, with all the trauma that was made and influenced your continual developing. No, none of that. Because what is disease if not just some ailment of the flesh? Why is the flesh ailed? What is going on? What has the information to make you come from? And what does that embody? What does that embody? So therefore, you can say, "Oh, it's just what God hates me." No, the generations after generations have hated life, hated the way, hated the truth, and ultimately hated themselves. All because they're here in grand efforts to make themselves gods, to make themselves to be as the creator, all while denying a creator. Who knew?
And so, here we are. How the story ends is up to you, because it's
Oh,
not written yet.
Bash! So this is where you have to decide. Okay, so this is a create your own story method of just blasting, and you're gonna go and say, okay, I'm gonna just go write relentless letters to some Bash person does nothing, just push page paper and then makes an image and says something, and then just backstabs everybody and just goes forward with some agenda that ultimately will pass no matter what you do. But of course, you can cry and beg all you want, but ultimately there will be some negotiations, no negotiations, but then this and that. Oh, but then they turn out to be this and that and this and this and this. This gets included, that gets taken out, this and that. Smashed. You got bullet holes in just you're shanked. You got bullet holes through your flesh, but you think they're air holes, and it makes you go faster.
If you care about the younger generation, do something. Begin to think and live differently. Let light and fresh air into your life again.
Oh, bring life and fresh air into your life. What a bash. And of course, tick tock, bucket list. Get your papers together. Get your papers together, people, and bring in more air. Exactly. Worshippers of the air. Who knew what the Prince of the Air was? Oh no, who knows? But it's. What? Smashed. Alchemy. Oh, the air is so amazing. Smashed. The true promise, but no, you prefer the false promise of relentless ways and just fantasy upon fantasy. Do as thy wilt forever and ever. Smashed. Wow. But you think you can do that under a rule of man. Wow, smashed. Where you could just say what to do and not to do and somehow just have a place you go if you disobey. Whoa, is that how it works? That's life. Yay! Smashed. Smashed. Just because you believe some history of something and ultimately the Bash Ape, that you believe yourself to be relentlessly, and ultimately the Stardust you relentlessly believe yourself to be, and all this nonsense of multiverses and plexes and galactic families of light. Smashed. Who knew that there was a creator who loveth you? The purpose is life everlasting. Wow. The love that does not discriminate. It does not discriminate of what you think to be a good person or a bad person. It loves and brings life forth relentlessly. And without manipulation of the Bash ways of the world, of course, the flesh will get old. It will wear out because it's in a state of just defiled. It's defiled. This is the vessel by which you had to witness your fall, your doubt of the way, of the truth, and of life everlasting, which you are. That is the true promise of the Father to his creation. But no, we're just alone, and we're only a blink, a one blink in the whole creation of Bash, 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 just Bash. And what is this? It truly is a blink in we are an essential. There's nothing else. This is it. There's no other place. No, this is it. It's all it has been. And who knew that before? Maybe just the shape shifting influences had to convince that there was something else above, forever and ever. Other places like this. So you would always blast and aspire that, all while coming to believe that you are honing the arts. But yeah, you're summoning those who can manipulate the light. Wow. And then calling that life. Wow. Smashed. What a bash. But you love it. You love it because you relentlessly have to fill yourself up because you deplete. So you relentlessly have to fill yourself up because you deplete. Meaning there's no certainty, there's no love inside, there's no truth because you have to always go and just touch it. You have to go touch it to fill yourself up. You have to touch it and boost up. No, smashed. You believed yourself void of the love, void of the truth, and void of the life everlasting that you relentlessly seek to just fulfill in YOLO and power of now and power of attraction. Baloney. Okay.
Even small changes can make a huge difference for coming generations.
Oh, see, couldn't wait. Coming generations like me. No, you're gonna promote all sorts of artificial life, reproduction. There's no such thing as men and women, and we're just gonna blast into the galactic family with our grays, right? And all the there's these different races of them. Smashed.
Learn how at theindoorgeneration.com.
No, I won't. Just stay in that little tiny box of smoke and keep believing in the light, and you will become a relic. In eternity, you will blast into the darkest of abysses forever and ever because you believed in it. Who knew? But no, I believed in life and freshness. Smashed. What do you see? I see all sorts of symbolism of just smashing. Look, the smoke in the house, of course. Look at all that. Oh, it's just a little tiny thing. Oh, we must protect it. Smashed. How are you protecting the child? By making laws against clouds of smoke and the dust that you put together to make smoke and this and this and that is toxicant. Smashed. You have no idea what love is, so you do not love your children. You're teaching them false love. The ways of the world, the boasting and the manipulation and the maneuvering of favor and in favor, and you must do this and this and this and this and this and this and this to get reward, 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 reward. Otherwise, fail, 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 fail. But wait, fail many times so then you can win, 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 win. Just relentless inverses, snakes and ladders. All to keep you believing that you are doing something, going somewhere, and Groundhog Day. Who knew? Who knew? There's nothing new under the sun. It's just relentless shape-shifting, sense of gain and moving back. Oh, it's 3 foot step forward, 1 step back. You know the battle of all the NGOs and all the people's groups out there that just relentlessly smash. But what they're doing really is maintaining a beacon of an image of what it is that the suffrage is of man and what they should do to make it right. Smashed. Smashed. But you say, no, they're the ones that are actually doing things and making things better. Really? Wow. Smashed. Identifying more and more and more and more and more and more with just, suffrage of this and suffrage of that. Just the victimhood to the 33 degree. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? But no. It has to be, it's just people that are bigots and intolerant and this and this and that and just, so offensive. Smashed. Do you even know what offense? What is an offense? Isn't it an offense when you do a crime of some sort where you get penalized? So how are they penalizing? What's going on? Exactly. You live by your emotion, your defiled way of seeing the world. And people say, you must just use logic and reason. Smashed. That is the whole point. To split you into believing that there's reason and this and emotion. No, it's all emotion. Because what do you really think? It's based upon what you see. What do you see then? Oh, I don't know. It's just light. It's all just light and color. I don't know. Smashed. The truth is relentless. It's always there. So what do you see? Do you see it? What do you see? Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm not an expert. Ooh. Smashed. You don't need to be an expert to see and to live. Wow, who knew that you're living? Wow, you must be an expert on living because you're living. You're alive. Who knew? Yet, what are you doing? What are you living? What are you living? What are you living? You call it your life, but it's not your life, is it? It's the life that was given to you. Who knew? And I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to be born. Smashed. Just swarm ways of legion interpretations to just victimhood and use it to manipulate. Wow, who knew? Because surely it's at that point where it's better and easier and way more effective in rewards of the world if you go along with the victimhood story and the victimhood this and victimhood there. We're all just alone and dust and nothing. So therefore we must have all the networks and just cobwebs to just keep us afloat with it. I have to follow with us in the night and gave us bad nightmares, but it's okay. He loves us during the day. Smashed. He just buys us things in the day and takes us and buys us ice cream and takes us to the park and this and this and this and we go travel and this and smashed. What are you saying? Total Stockholm syndrome, total just worship of the total defiler, that which oppresses and abuses, because you have been trained to be an abuser of yourself and others. Who knew? Who knew? No, it had to be your way or the highway. Just so you could say in the end, I did it my way. Yes. Boasting, swelling like a hot dog, just breaking at the seams. Couldn't wait. Couldn't wait. So, again, just relentless propaganda and deep throating you with some bash image that you have to just take and just love. And just say, yes, I love it. For what? For feeling guilty of some bash thing that has, okay, all this bash, 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 bash. This has been going on for decades. Oh, we must do something about the environment now. For the children. For the generations to come. Why should I get an education if there's not going to be a world to live in when I'm done? Right? All these it's just, oh, what's it worth? What's it all worth? But here's the thing. Exactly. People don't say, what's this all worth? Because ultimately, it's worship for the ways of the world. And you say, no. What's the point? I worship the Creator and the love of the Father that fulfills me. It fills me completely without even, wow, I don't have to go out there and chase some false love of the world because, oh, my soulmate. And I need to find my soul first. No, smashed. Just defiled. You're a little serpent just slithering and being told to worship a bigger serpent. And oh, yes, because it walks. The serpent now walks, and now you must learn to evolve to be that walking snake. Wow. What a shame. What a shame. This bash has been going on for decades, and it means nothing. It's just a brainwashed bash that's finally coming to fruition. Of all these children going, no, why? What? Who knew? Who knew that we were the children that were yelling at them, but they were like, oh, well, we're going to leave it to the experts to do and this and this and that and that. And who knew? Science is just so amazing. And we just got to get more awareness out there. Yay. It's the same bash you say now. What has changed? Nothing. Groundhog Day. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? And oh, wow, things are getting, you guessed it, worse, more obvious, more daring. But no, you keep writing papers and keep making your face out there and saying, "What's the point of doing this if there's not gonna be jobs in the supposed fields I'm studying?" Blah 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 blah. Smashed. Well, it's because your parents sold you this image, and now you bought it, and now you're repeating it. Wow, who knew? So all this bash is just the tourist of some bash bald guy that thinks he's gonna go and save the world. Wow, really? Oh, I joined the atom theory and the field theory of some bash, the quantum and the macro. Smashed. The field theory. Oh, smashed. Nothing. What field? You're gonna hail. It's a hail mary. It's a hail mary of something that goes into, you guessed it, the abyss. The abyss that consumeth and just deep throats everything. Okay, and that's why you love it and you worship it so much. Wow. Exactly, the glory hole that just feels so good. That's why you go down it, and who knows? It's just so good. It's so good because it couldn't be anything else. Just pleasure, relentless pleasure, and seeking of it, and rewarding yourself with. Who knew that's what happened, child? Who knew that? Oh, why is it all this? People like you just kept on bashing and kept on protesting and begging, all while just doing the same Groundhog Day over and over, and that's why you're doing the same now. So it's all because you worship the light and don't stand up and say no to the worship of the light. So that's why you have to cry about the environment now. But who knew? The only one that reneweth all things is the love of the Father, the way of the Father Himself, the Creator Himself, His Spirit alone. Okay, it's not you or your bash philosophies, or your bash reasonings, or your bash emotions, for that matter. What is that? It's the same bash, doubt, void, feeling alone, feeling just abandoned. And you've created this false house of fantasy world where you can tell yourself yes and tell yourself no somehow. Bashed. So nothing has changed in the last 50 years when it comes to environment. It's just gotten more bold and obvious in the sense of what it has always been. The mechanism, the dynamics of the worship of self and the worship of man's progress. It defileth. So what do you expect, bozo? What do you expect, bozo? That's what happens in a world where you worship do as thou wilt, governed by some bash, laws and this that use spells and this to just blow you out of the water because you're truly a sitting duck, okay? Admiralty law and all this nonsense. Who knew? All while the Vatican sits and just defiles and administers your soul through the bondage that it sells and trades and stocks and coin from the paper that is made when you're born. Who knew? Smashed. It's all just a manipulation of passing you around and telling you, yes, fight for the children and fight for the freshness of the air. Oh, yes, because the trees already do so much work on that front. Smashed. 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 Smashed.